Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So we had started the dual forms. Inshallah, we'll continue with those dual forms. Bismillahi, alhamdulillahi, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we are on the course 4 grammar to page 12 and pointer A that we did just now. And we are going to do the dual forms today for Mudare, that is present tense, Amr, order, one Nahi, and for negative order, Ismul Fa'il, that is active participle, Ismul Maf'ul, that is passive participle. So we're going to do the dual forms of all these. We have done the dual forms of the pronouns and the past tense. And Surah Al-Rahman is full of dual forms where Allah Ta'ala is talking to the jinn and ins. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Ani is added to the end. So we'll just see how that is. We had seen for the pronouns, hum became huma, we just added one alif. Hum became huma, and antum became antuma for the dual. You two, both of you and both of them. When it is attached to the nouns, then it becomes rabbuhum becomes rabbuhuma again, and alif is added. Rabbukum becomes rabbukuma. Okay, so instead of the sukun there, an alif is added. For the past tense, we saw that fa'ala becomes fa'ala and fa'altum becomes fa'altuma. Fa'ala and fa'altuma. So this was the pronouns and the attached pronoun and detached pronoun, and then we had the past tense. So now in this lesson, the dual forms of Mudare, Amr, Nahi, and Fa'il we are going to see. Mudar is the present tense. So the basic table that we had learned before was yaf'alu, yaf'aluna, taf'alu, taf'aluna, and af'alu and naf'alu. For the dual and the third person, the yaf'aluna becomes yaf'alani, right? In most of the books, the dual comes after the singular. So it will be yaf'alu, yaf'alani, and yaf'aluna. So Vav becomes alif, just remember that, and Fatha becomes kasra for the plural. So yaf'aluna becomes yaf'alani. Ani is added to it. So yaf'aluna, yaf'alani for two, and yaf'aluna for plural. Yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna. Two, you'll have to use two fingers in the TPI. So yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna. Yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna. Just keep memorizing this. The only difference is that ani is added for the dual. Second person is taf'alu, taf'aluna. So you have to add taf'alani. Taf'alu, taf'alani, taf'aluna. Taf'alu, taf'alani, taf'aluna. Taf'alu, taf'alani, taf'aluna. First person is going to remain same. Af'alu, naf'alu for do two, and naf'alu for plural also. Af'alu, naf'alu, naf'alu. That completes the full conjugation in the present tense. So what we learned till now was yaf'alu, yaf'aluna, taf'alu, taf'aluna, af'alu, naf'alu. Now it will be yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna, taf'alu, taf'alani, taf'aluna, af'alu, naf'alu, and naf'alu. So just the ani is added, everything else is going to remain same. The ya is going to remain same, and the ta is also going to remain same for dual. Only the end is going to change. Okay. So the dual is going to be yaf'alani and taf'alani. Yaf'alani, they both do. Taf'alani, you both do. So yaf'alani, taf'alani. Yaf'alani, taf'alani. Okay. So just remember that difference. Third person is going to be with a ya, and the second person is going to be with a ta. Ani is the indicator of dual. So now we remember this portion: huma and antuma, rabbuhuma and rabbukuma, fa'ala and fa'altuma. For the past tense and the present tense is this: yaf'alani and taf'alani. Yaf'alani, taf'alani. This is the only additional thing that we are going to learn today. Yaf'alani, taf'alani. All the previous things we have learned in the past 3 sessions, right? So with this, we can take the spoken Arabic. Hal yaf'alani. Are they both doing? What will be the answer? You can unmute
نعم يفعلان.
نعم
نعم يفعلان.
نعم يفعلان. MashaAllah. هل تفعلان, are you both doing?
نعم نفعل.
نعم تفعلان.
نعم نفعل. نفعل.
نفعل.
Not naf'alani, naf'alu. So for first person, the dual and plural is same. For first person, af'alu, naf'alu, naf'alu. Right? Third person, it will be yaf'alani. Second person, it will be taf'alani. That's why the question asked is taf'alani, but the answer is going to be naf'alu because it is first person. Okay. So hal yaf'alani? Na'am yaf'alani. Hal taf'alani? Na'am naf'alani. Naf'alu, naf'alu. Right? Because that is same as plural for the first person. Okay. So just to keep this in mind, when you repeat these spoken Arabic words, you will be inshallah comfortable with these difference. We'll just add khaira, means good. Are they both doing good? Hal yaf'alani khaira?
نعم يفعلان خيرا.
هل تفعلان خيرا؟
نعم نفعل خيرا.
Just remember that this is going to be naf'alu in the first person. And if it is single, it is af'alu, but here we have ani in the end indicating plural. So it will be na, not a. Okay. Now the dual forms for amr and nahi. Right. So we know that the order for fa'ala is if'al, if'alu. La taf'al, la taf'alu. So like we had seen, for fa'ala became fa'ala. If al becomes if Allah for dual, if Allah, so the wow drops and it becomes alif, right? So the if alu becomes if Allah, if Allah. So if al, if Allah, if alu, if al, if Allah, if alu for second person singular and order, and singular, dual and plural. So if al singular, if Allah dual, and if alu plural. For negation it is la taf'al, don't do. La taf'ala, you both don't do. La taf'alu, you all don't do. So it is just that wow becomes a. So wherever there is a dual, alif is added, and when there is a noon in the end, alif and noon is ani is added. Ani. Okay. So if al, if ala, if alu, that is the order. Negation is la taf'al, la taf'ala, and la taf'alu. Right. So just an additional alif is added. Just remember that in the dual forms. When we have taf'aluna, it becomes taf'alani. The noon remains there and the vav is changed to an alif. So wherever there is dual, we have to add alif. So if ala, la taf'ala for two people. If ala, you both do, an answer will be
نفعل.
taf'alu. We both will do, inshallah. La taf'ala, don't do. You both don't do.
لا نفعل.
Right. So we had the order which Allah Ta'ala had given Adam alayhi salam and Bibi Hawa. What did he say? La taqraba, don't go near. La taqraba, right? So la taf'ala, right? So this is the dual form. So now when we go back and read those ayat, now you know that Allah Ta'ala there is talking to two people, and that's why the thing is this particular form, right? So if you remember, the order there was la taqraba hazihi shajara, don't go near this tree, both of you. La taqraba, taf'ala. Okay. So now the order is if ala khaira, both of you do good.
نفعل خيرا.
And the negation order is la taf'ala sharra, don't both of you do bad things or evil things. And the answer will be
لا نفعل شرا.
la naf'alu sharra. Okay. Right. So this is the dual forms. So now we go to the ism al-fa'il, that is active participle, and ism al-maf'ul, that is passive participle. So fa'il we know is the active participle. To make it two, just add ani to it. Fa'ilani. So we just remember ithnani, fa'ilani. Right? So doers, both doers. And passive voice was maf'ulun. Maf'ulun, two of those who are affected will call it maf'ulani. Maf'ulani. So just ani is added to the end, right? In the active participle and passive participle. So it is easy. Just ani is added to most of the things. When there is a wow or an order or a sukun, an alif will be added. And the past tense also alif will be added. Wherever there is a antum, there again that sukun becomes an alif. Right. So this is the whole thing of the dual. I would suggest that rather than memorizing this separately, whatever chart that we have memorized, just add it in that, and that is how most books are giving it. So that will become easy. So just like rather than memorizing huma and antuma, say huwa, huma, hum. That will be more easy, and then that will be easy to remember also. So till now we have just done huwa, hum, anta, antum, ana, nahnu. Now we can add huma in between and antuma in between. We did rabbuhu, rabbuhum. Now we say rabbuhu, rabbuhuma, rabbuhum, that way. So that will be easier, and that is how most books teach it. So we'll take it this for the verb nasara, right? So nasara, they too helped. Nasartuma, you too helped. Nasara, they too helped. Nasartuma, you too helped. Yansurani, they too are helping or will help. Tansurani, you two are helping or you two will help. Unsuru, unsura, they too, order for two to help, you two help. Unsura, la tansura, don't you help. Nasirani, two helpers. Mansurani, those two who are helped. Right? So Mansur is the one who's helped. Mansurani, those two who are helped. Okay. So in Fa'ala, it is going very comfortably, but we have to see to it that in the forms also it goes comfortably. So that is why I would suggest that rather than keeping this separately, I would suggest you write the full conjugation with the dual in the right place. So I would suggest do it like nasara, nasara, nasaru, nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum, nasartu, nasarna, nasarna, that way. So it will become easy, and it will be like a rote thing that you can do. You already know 6, just add 2 into that. So yansuru, we know yansuru, yansuruna. So now what to do? Yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna. Tansuru, tansurani, tansuruna. Ansuru, nansuru, nansuru. Okay. So unsur, unsura, unsuru. La tansur, la tansura, la tansuru. Okay. Nasir, nasirani, and nasiruna. Mansur, mansurani, mansuruna. So that way you get the single, dual, and plural, all of them together. Okay. Yes.
लेकिन ये तंसुरु तंसुरानी यंसुरना है in the third person yansuru yansurani yansuruna tansuru tansurani yansurna.
That will be female. No, we are not considering female now. Just for the male.
Okay.
For the male,
you are addressing to the second person.
Second person, yes, second person. So tansuru, tansurani, tansuruna, right?
But in third person it is slightly different.
Yeah, third person is ya only, no? Yansuru, yansuruna. So yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna. That confusion comes in feminine form. So now we are not mixing the dual of feminine at the moment. We're just taking the masculine form of the dual forms. Okay. If you are just memorizing this, it can get confusing. So that's why I'm suggesting that you take it with the full conjugation and write the full conjugation. Okay. So now with another word, allama, right? So allama, allama, they too taught. Allamu, they all taught. Allamta, you taught. Allamtuma, you too taught. Allamtum, you all taught. Allamna, allamna, allamna. That will remain same. Right? In the mudare, yu'allimu, yu'allimani, yu'allimuna. Tu'allimu, tu'allimani, tu'allimuna. U'allimu, nu'allimu, nu'allimu. Right? Allim for singular. Allima, both of you teach. Allimu, all of you teach. La tu'allim, don't teach. La tu'allima, you both don't teach. La tu'allimu, you all don't teach. Mu'allimun, mu'allimani, mu'allimuna. Mu'allaman, mu'allam, muallamani, muallamuna, those who are taught. Okay, so just write all of them together so that the difference also becomes easier. And if you just write these two, sometimes it might get confusing also. Then we'll take for aslama, right? So aslama, aslama, aslamu, aslamta, aslamtuma, aslamtum, aslamtu, aslamna, aslamna. We are taking it 2 times because now we are saying all the 3 together, single, dual, and plural. And as I said, most of the other books will give all of them together, but here we are taking it separately because first we wanted to cover the majority of the words. Okay, so yuslimani, so aslama, yuslimu, yuslimu, yuslimani, yuslimuna, tuslimu, tuslimani, tuslimuna, uslimu, nuslimu, and muslimu. Right? Order will be aslim. So for dual will be aslim, aslima, aslimu, la tuslim, la tuslima, la tuslimu, muslimun, muslimani, muslimuna, muslamani, muslamun, muslamani, and muslamuna. Right? So these are the things. Just write it a couple of times, and inshallah it will become easy. We can do this for many other words, kadhaba, sami'a, and as I said in Surah Rahman, there are a lot of words that are covered in this type. Right? If you want to take any other words, we can take that and practice that. Or technically, the presentation for today is over. So if you have any questions regarding this dual form, then I can answer. Any questions regarding this dual form?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू. फरमाइए
सर 11C में जो पार्ट 2 का रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं हुई थी, उसमें एक्टिव पार्टिसिपल पैसिव पार्टिसिपल वगैरह का टेबल मिल सकेगा 79 में?
हाँ, बुक में तो है ना, वो बुक में मिल जाएगा आपको जो बुक शेयर किया ना मैंने ग्रुप में,
जी जी
उसमें है वो.
अच्छा अच्छा,
हाँ, बुक जो शेयर किया हो ना इस पे, उसमें मिल जाएगा आपको इंशाल्लाह.
ठीक कर लेता हूँ. जज़ाकल्लाह.
फजज़ाकुमुल्लाह खैर. The dual forms are slightly different, but they are not difficult. So just take it with the same past tense that you have learned. Just add this one, then it will become easy. And the simple rule is just add alif to it, and that is a very simple rule. Alif to whatever you have. So wherever there is waw noon, add alif and noon, and wherever there is waw, add an alif to the plurals. That rule will make it simple. So as you see, replace the waw and alif with so wherever you have a plural waw, just add alif to it to make it dual. So like we have tabbat yada. Okay, it actually should be yadani. Okay, tabbat yada abi lahabin. Yada is dual there. Okay, so yadani has become yada. The noon is dropped because it is mudaf ilayhi, that's why. Right, so tabbat yada is 2 hands. Perish both the hands of Abu Lahab. Tabbat yada, yadani. Okay, so now we know that dual has an extra alif that comes, or alif and noon that comes. Right, so any other queries for today for the dual form that we learned? We can just go through it once more so that since we have time. Right, so yaf'alu, yaf'alani, and yaf'aluna. The second person is taf'alu, taf'alani, and taf'aluna. So write it in this order only. First the singular, then dual, and then plural. Second person, singular, dual, and plural. And third person, singular, dual, and plural is same. So write it 2 times so that it becomes engraved that it is for dual. Again, here you see this waw noon, dhamma, waw and alif. Waw madda is replaced with the alif, right? So fa'ala became fa'ala. Yaf'aluna becomes yaf'alani. And taf'alani. I think if you write it a couple of times, it will become easy. And the order is also simple. If alu, so if ala, if alu, la taf'al, la taf'ala, la taf'alu. Write it in this order only. If ala, if alu, la taf'al, la taf'ala, la taf'alu. This is very simple. Whenever you have any noun, and if you want to make the dual, add ani, isnani. So fa'ilani. Whatever active participle you have, you add ani to it. So any noun that you can take, and if you want two of that, it will be ani. So if sayyaratun is a car, sayyaratani. Or if yadun, yadani. You can take any other noun. Say, for example, if you take sami'a, so if you want to make the gardan of sami'a, it will be sami'a, sami'a, sami'u, sami'ta, sami'tuma, sami'tum, sami'tu, sami'na, sami'na. Past tense. Present tense will be sami'a yasma'u, yasma'u, yasma'ani, yasma'una, tasma'u, tasma'ani, tasma'una, asma'u, nasma'u, nasma'u. Right? Isma, listen. Isma'a, listen both of you. Isma'u, listen all of you. La tasma, don't listen. La tasma'a, you two don't listen. La tasma'u, all of you don't listen. Sami, listener. Sami'ani, two listeners. Sami'una, all listeners. Masmu', masmu'un, the one who is listened to. Masmu'un, masmu'ani, masmu'una. Okay, so this, you can take any of the verbs. So many verbs you've seen before and practiced before. Just add the dual to each of them, and in all the books that you would have written, just add this dual form in it. If you do not want to write the whole thing for your own books, just add the dual in between that in a different color, so that you know that now this is the dual form.
You said the addition of an is for verb only, na? Not for the noun.
No, for noun. For noun.
For ain.
Ain, ainani. For sin, sinnani means two teeth. Sin means teeth. Sinnani means two teeth.
But there is ainain.
No, ainain is a genitive case. No, that is a different case.
Achha.
So that is a different case. As we have two zabars, two zays, two pesh, depending on the condition. So it's called nominative case, accusative case, and genitive case. So that's why ainane becomes ainain. Ya and noon is added.
Ainain shafatain.
Yes, shafatain. Yes. So that is because they are in genitive case and accusative case. The nominative case is ani. So when you have, say, fa'ilun, fa'ilane, when you have fa'ilin, fa'ilin, fa'ilin. So for example, you have fa'il. That, say, take the example of khalik. Okay. Khalik is the active participle, like khaliqun. So when we have two, that will be khaliqani, right? And if it is in the genitive case or accusative case, it will be khaliqain. Ya noon is added. That depends on the case that we are not discussing now. But ane is added as a dual, and depending upon the case, it will be ane or ina. Like we have muslimuna and muslimina, depending upon how it is used in the sentence. So when there are dual, you will have muslimane or muslimaine, main. Okay, understood this difference?
Yeah, bit.
Yeah. So as we come to an example, we will take it. So like we have when we say plurals, we say muslimuna, right? But some places we say muslimina, or that is depending upon the case that it is used. So same way for dual, if it is the nominative case, that is the case with the dhamma, it will be Muslimani. But when it is accusative or genitive case, it will be Muslimain. Ya and Noon. Like you said, the Shafatain, Yadain, Alam naj'al lahu aynain wa shafatain. So again, 2 eyes, 2 lips. Wa hadainahun najdain. Najdain is 2 parts. Right, so good, you picked up good dual words from a surah. Suratul Balad it belongs to, and that also has dual. So that is a good thing. Whatever surahs you already know, try to search within them of the dual forms or whatever new chapter that or thing that we learn. Whatever you already know, then it becomes easy to correlate. So the example that I gave us of Yadani, of 2 hands, in Tabbat Yada, the noon is dropped. Okay. The reason for the noon being dropped is that it is a combination called Mudaf Ilayhi. So that's why the noon is dropped, because it is Yada Abi Lahabiyu. So the noon is dropped and Abi Lahab is added as this thing. That is why the noon is dropped there. That's why there you don't find Tabbat Yadani Abi Lahabiyu. It is Tabbat Yada Abi Lahabiyu. The noon is dropped because the Yad is becoming the Mudaf of Mudaf Ilayhi. We'll take this construction also, inshallah, one of the sessions. This is actually in most books covered as a basic thing, Mudaf Ilayhi. But here it is not covered till quite late. So normal sentence and adjectives, nouns, all that inshallah will take. And if whenever it comes, it has already come before also, which that time I had told you about it. But now whenever it comes, I will inshallah focus on that and try to get the concept of Mudaf Ilayhi across. Any questions now? I'll stop sharing. If there are no questions, then we can conclude. Okay. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Waalaikum assalam wa
Waalaikumsalam
rahmatullahi
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.